using the pace. It's just sensible batting. I think you're right, because the manner in which it was played, with one in the Hasaranga in the team and Thiksana, I think Sri Lankans can look forward to really defending whatever total they put on.
But you need a bit of a cushion so that they can relax and build dots. I know a few people who would like a cushion right now. But they can't have a cushion because we do need the pictures up for everyone.
Taskin Ahmed has bowled with a lot of heart. It's very impressive today. Well, he's just tiring. Just feel that he's not comfortable in his run-up. Holding himself back, not bowling with a lot of pace. But controlled bowling. That is very, very good from him.
You asked me about Tikshana's role. This is what it is. This is what Velalage should have done as well. He was 18, one of 18 maybe, but it was a real arm wrestle, wasn't it? He should have been ready for that. Projected it right through. When bowlers are forced to search for those glory balls all the time, I'm talking to Tikshana and Hasaranga, it just falls apart. You have to work your way in. That's why you need those extra runs. Help you do that.
And that is the manner you'd expect, particularly give the strike back to Lianage, who's going at 63 of 78, holding the innings together. I suppose give him as much of the strike as you can.
If it was at 5 down, if you were still battling it out there, you're in a better position. Bangladesh wouldn't be able to creep in on you like this. There'll be a bit of pressure, a wariness that 250 could be on the board. Someone steal that Lions cushion. Seems to be nodding off.
Once again, this is absolutely top class. That hurt. Was going at a speed. Bijoy did very well there.
He saved 4 because he had creamed that Lianage. Landed on that ball, and also that's the turf. It's pretty hard there. Again, one of the inclusions for this game in Amul Haq Bijoy to open the batting, replacing Litton Das.
And it's played past the fielder. Very nicely done. Just knew exactly where he was going to play that shot. Just going away, and he cut it perfectly to finish the over with a boundary. 192 for 7. Mehdi Hasan with maiden in his 10 overs, finishing with 2 for 38. Very, very impressive today. Couple of wickets each for Taskin and Mustafizur Rahman. But Shariful can take a lot of credit for softening up the early batters for Taskin to take advantage of. All in all, a very, very good performance by Bangladesh so far. This is a man who we hope to see on a regular basis. Rishad into his 9th.
A fabulous option to have. The spinner, he's an X factor, a match winner. Tikshana doing it smart.
He was sensible in trying to give Lianage as much of the strike as possible. 39 this partnership. Have a look at the last ball of the last over.
Nicely played. Plays it late, gets it away from that point fielder too much for Mahmudullah Riyad to do in the deep. He missed out the previous delivery, but not that time.
Actually easing into that. He's playing the ball, whoever the bowler is, or whatever the type of the ball is, just seems to be so comfortable.
40 of 63 this partnership, and credit to Tikshana. The way he is playing is giving this man the license to be himself and control that innings. Tikshana was hopping around and missing deliveries. He'd be taking a chance right now, Lienage, and Sri Lanka can't afford that. They got to make sure they bat the 50.
Oh, got the edge. Rishad almost getting another one.
Closer look at that. I thought the bat hit the ground.
There was a noise. I was under the impression maybe it got the edge. Soon find out if what Ultra Edge says. This bat heading ground. Yeah, no reaction from the keeper.
Lovely ball.
Quiet over so far. 3 runs coming from it.
Except for that noise.
Except for the noise. Absolutely. Well, the trucks are making some noise on the highway here. Ah, nicely done. Into the deep. And that's good work in the deep. Covered a lot of ground. Ensured that the batters didn't get more than a single. 45 done, 196 for 7.
Streets of Chattogram. Where's the traffic, Shamim?
Why are you always looking for traffic? Fancy driving around in the traffic? Look, lovely, clear roads to take you to distant places, new roads, new highways.
Is it that way we go to Sylhet for the first test?
No, you're going the other way. That's played quietly, just chops it down. Just in case you don't remember, you're flying there, not taking a road. Lovely roads. This actually takes you to the Marine Drive, and you go to the airport. There's a wonderful new tunnel underneath the Kornafuli River. If you go further south, you end up in Cox's Bazar. Well, Bijoy just walking away. That effort in the field, stopping that ball, hurt himself.
Jay fell heavily on that ball. That does tend to hurt. He'll have to open the batting, Inamul Haq Bijoy. Cox's Bazar. Bizarre beach. Longest beach in the world.
And beside the sea, the coconut palms. That's ubiquitous in your country, isn't it? All around. When you land in Sri Lanka, you see so many coconut trees.
Island vibes.
Oh, I forgot. You don't live in Sri Lanka now. Bigger island that you live in?
I live in a few places. Spend my time around the world.
A real jet setter.
Creeping up to that 200 mark. 4 overs after this. I would think just knock it around for a couple more. Just look or search for those boundaries only in the last 2 overs. Because 220 is better than 205. Or even 230 is better than 210. That's how I would be thinking.
Yeah, when do you start going for the big shots? You don't need to. You're absolutely right. They cannot afford to have this partnership broken. Bangladesh would want this partnership to be broken. They know that 20, 30 extra runs added on may just give them the opportunity later on.
200 on the board. 26 balls remaining in the innings. Even if you knock it around and get a single ball, that's 226. That brings Sri Lanka's spin options into play a lot more. They have 3 frontline spinners, Velalage, along with Tikshana and Hasaranga.
Oh, he swayed away. In the process, managed to get what possibly turned out to be a ramp.
50, the partnership. What a partnership this has been for Sri Lanka. Tikshana hanging in there and Lianage. What a find for number 6. 4th half century. He's making quality runs. He enjoyed the roll on the ground too, I'll tell you.
Was that a mixture of a deliberate attempt to get bat on ball at the last moment? That ball kept on coming back at him. Trying the Yorker, almost went wrong. Low full toss, quick run taken, directed. Could have been interesting. It's all happening in the middle right now. 9 from that over after 46. It's 205 for 7. Such an important partnership, this one. 51 of 73, when things were looking pretty bleak for Sri Lanka. Well, the umpire just having a bit of a problem. Possibly pulled a hammy.
Whammy? Pulled a whammy?
You know that game show, no whammy, no whammy, they keep on saying. And that's what they do not want right at this moment. They want to steer themselves to the end of the innings.
Too close to the stump. Shoriful, he's got 2 overs remaining, so he can finish up from this end. Tufkin has the 1 over. Just trying to find Mustafizur if he's on the park. I think he's back there at 3rd man to finish off. He's got 1 over up his sleeve.
When do they try to get a move on? We're into the last 3 after this. And I think something's got to give here.
2 overs. Knock it around. Trust your partner in Tikshana. You can get singles off the next 10 balls. See what you need to do in the last 2. This wicket, so important, and it's not the type of pitch where you can hit it anywhere you want it.
Once again, that angle being used very, very well. Protection at 3rd gets him a single.
Mushikur did really well to get some glove on it. A bit of pain for his troubles. We've seen him struggle quite a bit today, really. Hit on the edge of those fingers.
Thrown himself about quite a bit today. Still very agile. That's the way. Whacks it over the top. Maybe not getting the timing right on that occasion. You see the intentions. It's now an approach to really take it forward a little bit quickly.
In Biyanaga's got himself to 78. Wonderful innings, great composure. The way he's building his innings is really good to see.
Shown a lot of resilience and a lot of class, a lot of power in that shot. This is terrific. Just turning it on now at the right time.
Yeah, he read the play. He knew what length Shariful will try. Got himself into a good position. He gets into the 80s. Last ball of Shariful's over. Get yourself a single. Get on strike for the next over.
Don't see any deliberate move from any fielder to stop that single. Wide spaces on the onside. And he plays it comfortably enough. Past the fielder, he's going to come back for the second now. That's good effort. Umpires might want to have a look at that.
He's done really well. Didn't give up on it, Somasaka. The umpires will have a look.
Over a lot of ground, just flicked it back. Once the ball left his hand, then his body tumbled over and touched the wedges. Wedges there.
Just thought the opportunity was there to run 3. For a moment, the batters thought he got the gap and the boundary. Keeps it to 2. 213 for 7.
Amongst the early ruins, look at that innings from Biyanage. Absolutely top class. Just holds back at the last moment.
It's Mustafizur. We saw him struggle in his previous spell. Went off the field briefly. The heat also probably getting to him. Looking at the bowling figures, Tuskin's got 1 over. Rishad has 1. Now Shumasakar bowled 1. Covering up for whoever it may be. He's going to bowl, but he wants fine leg into the circle and third man goes out. So what he's going to try to do will be different. He'll probably bowl slower deliveries off a shorter run without really straining himself. That's why fine leg in, mid off down. Highest partnership of the innings for Sri Lanka at the moment.
What a precious one it has been. It's coming from a short run, but that doesn't stop him from bowling it very, very wide. Not comfortable at all. Look at him there. Holding on to his calf muscles.
The captain wants to make a change. Yep. Shumasakar it is. He is struggling and you really don't want him to do some real damage. Right now it just looks like cramps. Get him off. Where's that rickshaw?
Shumasakar is used to bowling in situations like this, making up for a bowler who's injured or cramped up. He's really struggling. Having to be held together by his teammates. Can't walk. That is severe cramping.
I like the rickshaw ride, Shamim. I also believe Mashrafi Murtaza, when he was playing and Bangladesh generally trained in Dhaka, that was his preferred mode of travel. To practice and back too. Fresh air.
There's the transport that's going to be used to take most of his out of the ground. They're not chancing it by making him actually walk, or even if with a little bit of help. But this is draining. This weather is sultry, it's hot.
I just suspect whether he's getting cramps all over his body, because if you remember, he bowled that over when he struggled and went off the field. It was his stomach he was clutching on to. Now, his calves, his thighs, and they're not risking helping him off. I just feel he's in that mode, and I know it hurts. I've seen players struggle when they cramp all over. There's no angle of comfort that you can turn to. Well, once he recovers, of course, the teammates will find the funny side of it, and they'll remind you of your expressions and whatever you said at that time.
Yes, I understand that. But one of the things that is also of concern to Bangladesh, the whole team has been out there in the sweltering heat and this humid condition. So that's also going to have an effect when they come in to bat. They'll have tired bodies, and any team batting in the afternoon after the first innings has to go through that in a day game. So that might be of some concern. We've seen a lot of the fielders throwing themselves around, running around the outfield. So how much of an effect has it had on them? That's to be seen later.
Yeah, it's the part-time of Shumasakar, but Tikshana, what he needs to do is to get Lienage on strike. He might be tempted to slog him.
And it's up there, and he's got his man. He tried to slog him. That was not the best option. Would have been better to give the strike back to his partner, but he took the wrong choice. And straight away down the throat of the fielder, another one bites the dust.
You suddenly see that part-time and you think you can rip him apart. He just picks it up. But straight to Tanzim. He's the sub-fielder. Tikshana, but he's really done a good job in building that partnership. He's made 15, 214 for 8.
I love it when I can dry my clothes outside, but the weather doesn't always cooperate.
Very Outdoorable fabric softener makes our washing as fresh as if it's been dried outside, even when drying inside. That outdoor freshness. And still so soft, even next to sensitive skin. Very Outdoorable, very soft and fresh as if dried outside.
Well, a partnership which put up 60 very, very important runs has been broken. Pramod Madhusan. He needs to just give the strike back as quickly as possible to Lienage. Big appeal. No response.
And no reviews available either. They've blown both. Doing a job. He's getting wickets. Effortlessly flicked away, but not the option. 16 balls remaining in the innings. A runner ball gets you to 230.
Really slowed it down. Trying to cut that ball. Madhusan does not manage to get a bit of bat on that. And this is ideal for Bangladesh. Maybe, sometimes you say an injury or a person having to leave, that's not the best thing. But sometimes it allows another person to raise his hand. This occasion, Soumya Sarkar doing it for his country. He's got direct hit. Oh, just passed. He's got the strike back.
Yeah, he had to go. Bijoy also had to have a go at the stumps. Direct hit would mean Lienage is gone. But they had to try something to get Lienage on strike. 2 balls, the Shumasakar over remaining.
One big hit, possibly, and then one to retain strike at the end of the over.
Slower delivery, hence third man also in the circle.
That's a big hit, attempted over the top. Little bit of a slice. Thus, not the speed at which the ball went off the bat. A couple of runs.
Now, if he offers space, that would have flown away for 4. He bowled it at under 100 k's an hour. Been a good over This makeshift over from Shumasaka. They got a wicket and 4 runs only conceded.
Last ball, he'll want a single to retain strike. It's it into the deep, ambles a single. Sensible batting, but a good over from the Bangladeshi perspective. 48 done, 218 for 8.
You're looking good, you're looking sharp. You've come so far, and you know how to make the most of who you are. Father to son, doing what you've always done.
Gillette Labs, our next generation of shaving for the best a man can get.
Russell, from where you live now, be considered bad luck number, 13 shy of the 100. He takes the single, surprisingly.
To get off that number you were talking about.
I suppose. That's one way of looking at it. But I don't think that's the right thing to do in getting Madhusan on strike for the next few deliveries.
I really don't mind it, but Madhushan has a role to play here. That is to get bat on ball. Now Bangladesh reacting to it. Look at Point, he's creeping in. Extra cover mid-wicket. They're in on the drop and run.
And he does well. It's behind the line, plays with soft hands into the gap.
Because from my point of view, I'd say 10 balls remaining, a run a ball, 230,